an internalized a false belief. In the middle of one session, Andy put down the toy truck and held on to Barbie.
She concludes that this is a child abuse. To grow up a child that he is a transgender and he can live in his body as which he likes, this is a child abuse. And she objects the whole theory of transgender. I'm going to now dig deeply in the sex determinants, how our sex is determined. With the conception, zygote formation, ovum and sperm, the chromosomes become either female or male, XX chromosome or XY chromosome. And this here, if it is triple X syndrome, Turner syndrome, over extra Y chromosome, the super male or the criminal syndrome. But the sex is determined immediately after conception by the chromosomes and the genes. The second determination for the sex is the testosterone or estradiol, the hormones, which starts in the second trimester of pregnancy, also during the natal period. The testosterone during the fetal period and the second trimester reaches its peak, and after in the neonatal also it continues and it goes with the puberty till the adulthood and declines after the old age. While the estradiol also it comes during in equal parts during natal phase, and then continues with the female in a pattern, and then continues with the male in another pattern. By ultrasonography, I can determine the pregnancy is either male or a female. The genital organs appear in late natal period, and we can determine he is either male or female. These are three sex determinants fully established during the natal phase. The fourth biological factor or sex determinant during the puberty phase, second puberty characters, the axillary hair, the pubic hair, and the enlargement of the breasts, and also the voice of the females, the males and the females. This all fulfilled by the age of 12 or 9 to 19. But later, we have other three sex determinants. Usually starts at the age of 3. The boy prefers to play with the gun, the horse, or the car. Guns or dolls. This is determined at the age of 3. No one teaches them this. He chooses his toy. And when there is a difference, we should look for this. And he should, at the age of puberty, all of us, we should go for opposite sex preference. We've grown up on this romantic story, love story at the age of very romantic story that you choose the opposite sex and never the same sex. But some of those, they choose cross-dressing, cross-play, and they have a gender identity dysphoria or a gender identity disorder. And now we are worldwide about the same-sex marriage issues. We are going to legalize it or not to legalize it. Until now, not fully confirmed in all the countries, and all the United States, all of them did not fulfill full agreement. Although the Supreme Court on the United States fulfilled that they have the right for marriage, and they have the right for adoption, and they have the right for heritage. And they have demonstrations everywhere, and we watch them whenever we do travel, how they do fight for their rights as they assume. What are we going to do in our psychiatric clinics and psychiatric cell? What are you going to do of the parent if the parent came and said to you, "Doctor, please help me. My child, is he a gay?" Addressing the childhood gender non-conformity, CGM, refers to behaviors and preferences out of the character for typical boy or a girl. The child's toy and play preferences, voice and mannerisms may make them as targets for teasing or sissies or tomboys. The child may enjoy dressing up in the style of the opposite gender and prefers their company. This little complaint comes now, and most of the families are aware by this and they come early. You can now have an online course on Coursera.com about the gender-affirming management. You know what is affirming management? Affirming management, the unequivocal support for the individual person's gender identity. Don't interfere with the gender sex. Don't interfere with his wish to be either male or a female. Can you believe it? And can you work for it? The gender-bred person, the identity, I'm a male or a female, is decided in the brain, in between my ears. And the sex expression, the manners, the attraction in the heart and the genitals, the sex, are something else. This is a sex expression. The gender identity, womanness or manness, the gender expression, feminine or masculine, and you should go for affirming this regardless what is his biological sex. A lot of this, we have a lot of debate on this course and lots of controversy together as a psychiatrist. When parents are worried about their child's CGM, reassure the parents there are a wide variety of gender shades that are normal, healthy, and compatible with happiness. And unusual gender mixtures may be linked to artistic and other forms of creativity associated with novel skills and profiles. Yes, there is some creativity among those, but we have also creativity among some schizophrenics, and we have creativity among some of the bipolars and the depressive patients. We see them. I want to dig more in some psychosis and psychopathology of psychosis. How many among us watched and treated homosexual delusions for a paranoid schizophrenic man? All of us. Homosexuality and paranoid schizophrenia, a survey of 150 cases and controls. It is very pathognomonic. And this article was written and published in 1960. So it is very old. Even Dr. Freud, when he described his delusional schizophrenic patient, Dr. Schreber, he was in the asylum, and he read all of his notes. He diagnosed him as a latent homosexual before he is becoming a schizophrenic. And he interpreted all the information and all the delusional system according to the homosexual beliefs. How many among us we faced a schizophrenic patient with ideas of reference of homosexuality, and just he comes to the clinic and he is hearing voices, you are homosexual. What is the relationship between sex identity and sex feelings and the auditory hallucinations and the delusions? How many among us we witnessed mono-symptomatic hypochondriacal delusion? The one idea schizophrenic patient, one delusional idea, he does not accept his nose, he does not accept his lips, he does not accept his nipples. I had last week one patient, he paid 50,000 real just to make liposuction beneath his nipples, although most of the cosmetologists confirmed him there is nothing, and you are not fatty, and you are not chubby, and you are not obese. With little exercise you can handle yourself, but he was insisting to do this. The brain is not going with the nipple and is not going with the breast. He is perceiving himself in a different way. This one with the blonde hair is James Holmes, the one who killed 12 persons inside the theater while the movie Batman was in the show, and he did it, and he said that I was just making mercy for them. I don't want them to be like me. What are you? He said, for once, I felt that I'm either a male or a female, I'm not sure. Is one foolish idea enough to diagnose schizophrenia? We also faced those kinds of patients. Only one foolish idea, delusional idea. If it is for one, we call it mono-symptomatic hypochondriacal delusion. If it is shared by two, we call it folie à deux. Two people are sharing the same idea. They are same-sex marriage. And if they are three, we call it folie à trois. This one is Omar Khan, the one who killed 50 persons in a gay club because his lover, the gay lover, was with another man. And he killed them, shot them, all of them in a once. And we will continue with the folie à trois. We have so many sisters, so many brothers sharing the same idea or the foolish idea. But we have what else? Folie à famille, the whole family sharing the same delusion. We have something like this in the culture we are here. I have a full family, a whole family. All of them, they are believing that there are three genes, three living with them in their home. One in the bathroom, one in the bedroom, and one in the hall. And I had this story from a child, 9 years old, living with them. And he says, and that he saw the genie in the bathroom once, in the bedroom once. I looked for the broadband case, who is influential among the family. I found that the older sister, she is the one, the influential. And she is inventing and incepting this idea inside the family. And to my surprise, they spent all of the money they have to take out the magic out of this home. Can you believe it? And when she had a very low dose antipsychotic medication, the whole family started to be cured, and their delusion became rather shakable. But the condition here is not quite easy like this. We have folie à deux, we have folie à trois, we have folie à famille, but we have also the whole community, which we can call it folie à masse. The culture, the induced delusion in the culture, and the induced idea, you want to let all the culture and all the community to believe in this. Psychologically, those extremes, ideological positions appear to be consistent with just the criteria for delusion. It is a game of the politician. We have another kind of psychosis, cannabis-induced psychotic episodes. It is different from schizophrenia we have. Why I choose this kind of psychosis? I heard from one, he wants to cut down weed. He wants to cut down the smoking hash. Why? This was my question. Why are you motivated to quit it down? ليه عايز تبطل الحشيش? He said that, can you believe it? Yes, I will believe it. تحت تأثير الحشيش, he said to me, as he said, the dirtiest and the unbelievable things that monkeys hate to do, it is very easy for you to do it. Under the effect of weed, I feel myself. I don't know if I'm a male or a female, and I leave myself to a friend sitting with me. And I do things I cannot believe or I cannot imagine. Everything is weird and everything is weird. And this happens with so many kinds of stuff also taken. There is factor for psychotic illness in onset in marijuana users. They starting in adolescence, which is the same story of our gender disorder patients. They using cannabis often, weekly or daily, for long periods. Unusual psychotic-like experience. It is not like our schizophrenics, such as fleeting persecutory ideas, ideas of reference, or displaying high psychoticism or self-report symptoms. They are family history of psychosis and prior to cannabis-induced psychotic disorder. What is psychosis? Psychosis means unrealistic, unable to integrate the outside cues with the inside cues. Reality testing, it is imperfect. مفيش واقعية، مش واقعي. Empathetic dysfunction، بتعاطف مع حد مش متعاطف معاه، ببقى مش متعاطف مع حد تاني. Mechanisms of defense regression، بيعمل defense mechanisms كتير وأكثرهم regression. Impulse control problems, narcissistic focus, looking to himself, diffuse ego boundaries, explosiveness, and rational thought of impairment. According to this definition, we have psychosis with many different of our disorders. See, obsessive-compulsive disorder. It is not a fixed false belief, but the patient is unrealistic. Some of the major depressive disorder, they have psychotic depression and unrealistic. Some of the panic patients, they have also psychotic experience and they are not unrealistic. And anorexia nervosa also, personality disorder, they frequently display micro-psychotic episodes. The body dysmorphic disorder, it is a false fixed belief, may lead to functional psychosis. To make it all or none views of psychosis could lead to oversimplification of the story. I want it to be schizophrenia, otherwise I'm not going to diagnose it as a schizophrenia. It is not a recent issue. القصة قديمة جدا جدا واتناقشت قبل كده واتناقشت عبر التاريخ بتاعنا وفي التاريخ الإسلامي اتكتبت في إحياء علوم الدين والمنقذ من الضلال وتهافت الفلاسفة وتهافت التهافت. كان في منهم بيتفلسفوا بحاجات بالشكل ده وكان في ردود عليهم. This is the beginning of our story, but what I'm going to show you now is something more painful and more surprising.
Psychiatric.
This is cartoon in our homes.
High school is an awkward time for everyone. Friendships and social circles constantly in flux, needless drama. It can best of all, their love transcends.
The first story was in between love story in between two girls since early childhood, and another love story
All we
in
can say
between
is
two
that
boys
these two
since
don't
early
look by the time
childhood.
plate of heart. Yuri and his dazzling mentor find themselves not only soaring to the championships, but also falling deeper and deeper in love with each passing episode.
How did they love each other? And the drama goes very fine.
It's
And it's very convincing, and they are very creative. So if you are a child, you will believe in it. How come? This is a series of more than 200 episodes. 200. Every day like this, our kids are reeled up. If we are not watching what they are viewing and what they are watching every day, I'm going to induce this inception and this misconception inside their brains. I'm here in Saudi Arabia for about 10 years, and I followed up around 12 to 15 cases of what they do call themselves boya. Boya البنت المصبرة في المدرسة في المتوسط. She cuts her hair and she wears a special dress and she has a special touch to her colleagues. And our teachers here, they have a very good experience how to deal with this kind of early transgender expression. I followed so many of them, and so many of them absolutely cured. And they are now, they have their families and they have their kids, and they absolutely forgot that misbehavior. But the situation, the coming situation, is more dangerous. I want to make it more alarmful. What is coming up soon?
Most of us feel discomfort when we think about pedophiles. But just like pedophiles, we are not responsible for our feelings. We do not choose them. But we are responsible for our actions. And we must make a decision. It is our responsibility to reflect and to overcome our negative feelings about pedophiles and to treat them with the same respect we treat other people with.
Now the story is going for the pedophiles, عاشقي الأطفال. They want them, some countries approved, they have the right for adoption. Can you believe it? After we moved from the unusual, we are moving now for the unbelievable. There are now some countries, they are looking for their rights for adoption. Gender conformity, to feel that you are a male or a female, you are standing in a strength on a good floor is a great gift from God. And never refuse it, and never play with it, and never leave any misconception. Come to the community and do it. The conclusion, why don't we consider that transgender conflict is a part of psychosis? Either it is OCD, yes, consider your patient is OCD, delusional disorder, delusional self-perception, substance-induced psychosis, and or a shared community psychosis. Acceptance of gender pseudoscience wave will lead different cultures and different communities to self-destructive pattern of behavior. With your patient, insert the ultimate motivation for gender conformity of your patients. Try low-dose antipsychotic, low-dose SSRIs, as usually they don't tolerate or need the full dosage. What the sky says about this? أنا أخذت الأبروفل من واحد من علماء المسلمين وسألته في تفسير الآيتين دول. سورة النساء ما تقدرش the whole context of سورة النساء بتتعامل مع the very unusual things. حرمت عليكم أمهاتكم فانكحوا ما طاب لكم من النساء واللائي تخافون نشوزهن فاعظوهن واهجروهن واضربوهن. The very unusual things. And you cannot take one ayah from this surah, من Surah Al-Nisa, and insert it in another surah. The context will not agree. So, Surah Al-Nisa بتتكلم على the unusual things. الآية 15 و 16 من سورة النساء واللاتي يأتين الفاحشة من نسائكم فاستشهدوا عليهن 4 منكم فإن شهدوا فأمسكوهن في البيوت رهن الإقامة جبرية حتى يتوفاهن الموت أو يجعل الله لهن سبيلا. واللذان, the only ones mentioned in the Quran, واللذان, 2 men, 2 boys, 2 guys. واللذان يأتيانها منكم فآذوهما فإن تابا وأصلحا فأعرضوا عنهما إن الله كان توابا رحيما. I think this is above evidence-based, and this is the conclusion of our talk today. Thank you very much.
As usual, very outstanding presentation from our dear colleague, Dr. I'm sorry for the time. We can open the floor for discussions that we want to have more than 5 to 10 minutes. If someone wants to ask Dr. Adel or discuss him about any questions, the floor is open.
شكرا دكتور عادل. You are stopping our great journey. حقيقة أنا أتمنى وأنا psychiatrist to facing this conflict, usually when we facing homosexual or lesbian or whatever, to deal with them as a patient, because being a patient gives me more optimistic vision that they may be cured. على الرغم من ساعات في نفس التوقيت لما الديسبلين شالتهم من diagnosis disorders، لأن أنا كنت مقتنع ما دام ربي وضع عليهم عقاب في كل الديانات، أوكي، إذا هو فعل اختياري وليس فعل مجبور عليه العقل، وبالتالي يجب أن يعاقب، وهذا يمكن حتى الواضح بتفسير الآيات الأخيرة. وده اللي يخلينا برضه نشوف هل السايكوتيك بيشنت هو مسؤول ولا غير مسؤول، وبالتالي هو يحاسب ولا لا يحاسب. هي منطقة يعني كونتروفيرسيال، منطقة صعبة جدا للأسف في مجتمعنا العربي. وأنا بتكلم خبرتي في مصر شوية، خبرتي في السعودية شوية، المجتمع السعودي تحديدا يختلف شوية عن باقي دول الخليج. الدومينيرنج بيرالايزنج فيجر او الماسكولاين فيجر، الدومينيرنج ريليجيوس فيجر شويه كان ليهم دور في معظم الحالات اللي انا قابلتها خصوصا مع الفيميلز. ولما نتكلم على الترانسجندر يمكن الترانسجندر فيميلز شويه مختلفين عن الميلز. يعني لما نتكلم كل واحد فيهم الدايناميك والباثولوجي بتاعه في الجروث بتاعه في الدايناميك بتاعه مش ازاي بنلاقي فيه اختلاف. فلو احنا حتى قدرنا نتكلم بينا وبين بعض السايكاتريست والسايكولوجيست والسوسيولوجيست في المجتمع هنا ونقسم شويه المشكله دي مع الميلز مصدرها ايه؟ لان الدايناميك بتاعها مختلف تماما وليه علاقه بالابرينجنج. في الفيميلز وليه علاقه بالسوشيال ستراكشر بتاع الكوميونتي والفيجرز، ويمكن مع التحرريه النهارده اللي حاصله في المجتمع من ناحيه الاناث شويه هيطلع بيك، وبعد كده متفائل خيرا ان هينزل جزء من دوت لما يبقى فيه ايكولايزيشن اوف دومينيرنج في المجتمع شويه. لكن هو موضوع صعب. الستاديز في المانجمنت I try most of this approach. ما نقدرش، انا مش قادر اقول ان انا convinced بيها، لكن what I can do I didn't have anything to do more than this. يعني لا هقدر اقول له انت كذا كذا كذا، ما هو بتاع الدين رفضوا وما لهوش له سكه. فهي ار ذا اونلي جيت.
في مسلسل اسمه سندريلا بوي، هو بنت behaving as a male فوق عن 220 حلقه.
شكرا جزيلا دكتور عادل. I'm really glad to attend this talk. I think it's important. أنا لو هتكلم بالعربي شوية، لو التوك هذا قدمته كابستراكت للأسف الشديد في أي مؤتمر دولي سيرفض. وطبعا هذا من الايديولوجي اللي صارت مضاده بشكل مبالغ فيه، حتى للاسف الشديد النشر في المجلات قد يكون فيه لوبي مره قوي للنشر اي حتى لو كانت جود بيبر في الموضوع هذا، فصاير في لوبي ضخم جدا في الان الجمعيات العلميه against to even scientific يعني ان نتكلم عنه. ولذلك ممكن اقول اللي انا اعتقد انه we can do مهم جدا to move on. هذه واحدة من الاريا اللي يمكن احنا نسوي فيها ابحاث محلية، ابحاث طبعا ممكن نجد صعوبة في نشرها في مجلات عالمية، لكن لو بدأ موفمنت في هذه الشغلة وصار في certain therapy أو whatever.
I guess we must lead. We must not be followers. We must lead them for this. This is our message.
احنا الناس يمكن الوحيدين اللي خلينا نقول يعني كعرب مسلمين ممكن الناس اللي نقدر نسوي الابحاث هذه ونقدر ننشرها في مجلات خلينا نقول لوكال او ريجنال، وممكن بعدين ستارت خلينا نقول يعني خلينا نقول مضاده اللي قاعد تصير، لان المبالغه اللي قاعد تصير في الموضوع هذا تو ماتش. It is ideology. ما هي
2004 قدمت بيبر على role of aversion therapy in homosexuality. I was attacked.
Where presented?
One of the Psychiatric Association Congress that was held in Cairo. You cannot believe how much I'm attacked. Because in the setting in the room, there was a psychiatrist and his boyfriend and his girlfriend with her in the floor.
Dr. Adel, last question.
I'm a child and I'm just saying this. They're now going to rehabilitation. حقيقة عندي بالنسبة لموضوع البويات احنا اشتغلنا عليه في منطقة المدينة المنورة من خلال شغلنا في الإرشاد طلاب البنات والأولاد مع جامعة طيبة، وكان بالضبط هو من تأثير الكرتونز اللي ذكرها الدكتور. أنا بكرة عندي توك الساعة 11 عن موضوع الإنترنت أدكشن ومن ضمنه المراقبة بتاعت الأمريكان لأبنائهم على مشاهدة التلفزيون عالية جدا جدا، عكسنا نحن ما بنراقب أبنائنا بقوة ومحتاجين تريزس عشان كان ظهرت البويات بدأت تنتهي يعني، وهي كانت عبارة عن تنظيم. يعني أنا اكتشفت إنه كان تنظيم في المتوسط وتنظيم في الجامعة عندهم قيادة، والقيادة بتحدد مين الحبيب ومين الحبيب ومين المحبوب وكذا يعني. هذا موضوع البويات مسألة. الموضوع الثاني عندي 3 حالات بتاعت ترانس جندر، وكل الكلام اللي كان الدكتور بالحرف البنات اللي كان بيشوفوه وبيقولوا هاي كنا انت ما عايز تفهم ولا حتفهم يعني. في النهايه اضطريت اجيب احد العلماء واواجهها به كده ومشي في يعني. الحاله الحقيقه اللي عايز اذكرها الاخيره اللي هي تاثير الاسره وضغطها على عدم تغيير الجنس، اللي هي حقيقه هو ولد كان زي امبيوتي جنتالي، لكن لما عمل الاسسمنت هو فولي ولد لكن ريز كبنت يعني. فكانت اشكاليتنا في تقبل الاب والاسره لعمل العمليات وضعه في السكس الطبيعي يعني. كان في الرفض لحد الوقت احنا منتظرين الاجابه. السؤال قانونيا وشرعيا، هل بعد ما انا علمت والجراح اللي جاب لي الحاله مطالبين بانه تريس الكيس ونبلغ السوشيال سيرفيسز لانه he is a male sitting among females.
Thank you very much. Yes, of course, the surgical sex assignment is a great issue and it has a lot of debates and controversies, and we do not. I followed 2 cases after surgical, both of them committed suicide after surgical assignment. Yes. No, not forget that. Male غير نفسه female. Both of them. I followed 2 cases. Yes, both of them committed suicide.
Last comment.
The intersex problems, it should be cosmetology, surgery.
Please, 1 minute only, because of time. Last comment.
Dr. Adel, I just joined you at the end of the day. But to be very brief, all the psychiatric is supported by our hadith and Quran, then we can discuss very nicely. And I have seen a couple of patients.
I'm sorry, I didn't get it. You mean that you are with or against?
I'm really against. I do not want any. Yeah, I don't want political all these reasons. For example, homosexuality was considered a psychiatric diagnosis. Then it was deleted from yes. Why? Because homosexual, they created the problem in America, and Eastern, what is it, removed this.
It is a political pressures over societies to win more votes.
Yeah, yes. that's what I'm intending. Yes. But my point is, something is supported by our board, hadith, okay.
Yes.
Something is not, I think we should not mention all these.
Yes, I mean, so you are.
That's my point.
Yes.
Thank you.
I got it. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Adel. Thank you for your attendance.